Hello everybody, it is Thursday the 9th of October and I want to talk one more time about the simulation theory, the energy extraction matrix and prime reality, that which is actually real. Before I start, I found a donation yesterday, all the way from Australia. Wow, I didn't even know there were people in Australia listening to me. This is actually interesting. Thank you so much for your donation. And really, anybody, I leave the link in the description box. If you can help out, please do. We are in a difficult situation here. There are 6 adults in this house. And a small child. Most of the adults are on the autism spectrum and have mental health issues coming from that. I mean, those in this house that can work do work, but as you can imagine, none of them is in a high executive position. We're all in low-income jobs, so it is difficult. So yes, any help that I can get here is greatly appreciated. So that's enough with the howling, and let's get back to what I want to say. So I watched the Inspired channel this morning, which is what triggered this. So this idea of the artificial matrix, the energy and extraction matrix, and the prime reality. Where is the prime reality? We really need to become aware of it again. It is here. It is within us and it is all around us. We are in the reality of the Creator. But we've been moved in a way that we no longer see it. We no longer know it. And we spend our energies, our life energies, on lies. That is the artificial matrix. It is the lie. And we are spending our energy on a lie that doesn't bring us any returns. And that is why we're dying. We're not spending our energy wisely. Not inside of the prime reality. I want to show you this here, how this works. So on the Inspired channel, Jean was talking about learned behavior, programmed behavior in the artificial matrix. He was talking about funerals, and he says we feel sadness, we are programmed, we have learned to feel sadness. Because there are young children there that may not feel that sadness. We'll come to that, why they don't. Or if we are in a celebration setting, we feel joy. We've learned, we've been taught to feel joy. Or last example that he had was at the raising of the flag or the playing of a national anthem, we might feel elevated and we might feel pride. Again, programmed behavior. Right. Out of those 3 examples, 2 are real and 1 is artificial. And this is where we need to learn to distinguish the difference, to get out of the lie and solely live in the truth, because only there will we receive what will give us life, what will sustain us. So we need to learn to distinguish, and then first of all we need to have a definition of what prime reality actually is. There's prime reality. Where do you think it is? What do you think it is? You're in it. As I say, it's within you, it's all around you. You're in prime reality. So as I said, of the 3 examples I've given, 2 are real. Prime reality is that which is created by consciousness. All consciousness is a part of the Creator, and the Creator is all. Prime reality is created through the energy that consciousness gives out. And it creates this energy out of its experience of prime reality. But it creates energy, and the energy goes into the web. And when I say consciousness, I'm not just talking man, animal, plant, mineral. Anything that has a form, because form is only the outcome that is created. It is the effect that is created by consciousness. So if it has form that you can see, then there's a consciousness inside the form that is creating that form. There's energy there of a consciousness that is then creating the form. And that is prime reality. It is created by the energy of all consciousness. And all consciousness is the Creator. He cannot be known because he is not just one thing, he is all things. And if you start thinking of all things, then yes, he's unfathomable, he is inconceivable, he cannot, it will blow your mind. That's why he cannot be known. You will disintegrate. You will suffer information overload if you start thinking about it. So stick to what is important in your life. Of all the information around you, stick to what is actually important to your life. Yeah, have a mind that is focused on what is actually important, not out there in all possibilities. So if we come back to the 3 examples, sadness at a funeral. You are consciousness, you are giving out energy. So are the others around you. We connect to one another. We are connected. And if you have a very deep connection to another, and that again, it does not have to be a person. It can be an animal, a plant, something that you care about. You get energetically connected with it, and it becomes a part of you. And that is what should happen. That is how the web is created, by us becoming a part of one another. And through all the connections, it will create the web. So if a person dies, that connection breaks, and you lose a part of yourself. And you feel that sadness, and you feel that pain, and that is not learned behavior. That is something very real happening to you. You don't have to learn that, you will feel it. If you had a real strong connection to something, and that connection breaks, and that part of yourself goes away, there's a part of yourself dying with that person. You do not have to learn to feel sadness. You will feel it because it's real. Now, the reason why a child, a very small child, from some age onwards they will feel it. But a very small child may not feel that sadness because it has not reached the point of emotional maturity. We have to mature into this body, and into the emotions, into the feelings, into everything. We have to grow up and then become a master, understanding ourselves and becoming a master of them. So, yeah, that's why a child may not feel that. It has not reached the level of maturity necessary to experience that. Now, the same thing with celebrations. If there is something that gives you joy, you enjoy. It creates in you the energy of joy, the experience. Again, the experience creates your energy. You give that energy out as a living consciousness. You are producing the energy. Your energy connects, again, to others around you that are on the same level, experiencing the same thing. There the energy connects and it becomes a shared experience. There is something very real happening there. That is not learned. Again, you are doing it and then it is happening to you. It's coming back through the connections with all the others. But I mean, for yourself, you were the first point because you created the energy that connect to other energies in the first place. I mean, if you do not create the joy within yourself, you don't feel it or you're not putting it out, then you cannot connect to the joy of others around you. Yeah, you might be stood in the middle of a celebration thinking, what the hell? What's wrong with these people? Because you have not created the energy that would connect to the others and then create actually something greater. It will enhance your own experience and the experience of everybody else. That is how you become greater, through the connections with others. That is what will enhance your own experience, through the connections of others. And that is real. And that is prime reality, created by living consciousness that is creator. Now, last example, and here is the one that is artificial, and that is the raising of the flag and the playing of the national anthem and the pride you feel because you are a nationality. That is not a real thing. A country, I mean, it is pertaining to a country, and a country is an artificial construct. So it produces, again, in you an energy that you give out, but you give it to something that does not actually exist. That is not living. It cannot give back to you. It does not exist as a living consciousness. It is an artificial construct. And there you cannot receive back. So you're spending your energy on something that is not real. Okay, so there are those that are creating those artificial constructs and they may be harvesting your energy. I don't know how that would work on the energy level, to be quite honest, but again, you can see it on the material level, which is a reflection of the other levels. It is the effect. And in the effect, you can see they take your money, they take your life energy in that you have to work for them. They direct how you think and how you feel and where you're going, where you spend your energy, and they're not given back in a big way. I mean, they may even take your life. You may sacrifice your life to their artificial construct. So you are spending, there is the artificial matrix, where you are spending your energy on something that has no life, that is not consciousness, that you could truly connect to, give to, and receive of. There's nothing there. But you're spending your energy. And it's draining you. Because you get nothing back. As I said, there are those in the background that kind of rake it all in for themselves. But in the end, it will destroy them. And that is something else every ancient teaching will tell you. Yeah? That going on the wrong path will lead to destruction. I mean, we are on the wrong path by reacting to their artificial constructs, to their lies. But they are on the wrong path themselves, because basically they are like a cancer. You know, everybody says, oh, they're planning so far ahead. They're actually extremely short-sighted in the way that a cancer is short-sighted. Yeah, drain everything of the body and for yourself, and then have you figured out that if the body dies, you will die. You know, if the body dies, the cancer will die. So in that way, it's actually extremely short-sighted. So, and at the moment, we are being driven to spend our energies, to create energies on something that is not real. Stories, lies. So, lies. So you have lies, damn lies, and then we go into science. Now we must trust the science. We've got statistics, we've got computer models, and now we have artificial reality, where you can spend your energy on nothing, connected to nothing, spend on nothing that is real. Dead. There's nothing living there that you can connect to. You can make pretty pictures with a VR headset, yeah, and you can live it up. Spend a lot of your energy to the, I don't know, to the point, I'm sure you could exhaust yourself doing that. And there's nothing there that will give back to you. You're spending your energy without any return. They're harvesting it in whatever way. That is how they extract the energy out of their artificial matrix. But in the end, they're destroying this world. They will die themselves. So for us to survive, we must get back to prime reality. This is created by consciousness. We are creating the experience. We are creating the effect, which is shown to ourselves as solid. We are giving to it. We are receiving of it if we are connected to something that is alive. You connect to something that is a dead lie, and you will get no returns. So, and then we really must see the difference. We must see what prime reality is. We must see what it is we're doing and what the difference is. Not everything is programmed behavior. Not everything is of the artificial construct. Some things are real. They are really happening. You are doing it, and it is happening to you, and it is real on every level, the solid, the energetic, the whatever. It will affect you on to the level of soul. It can become soul destroying. Real is being connected to something else that is alive, that gives energy, that receives energy, and then connect to the things that you can connect to. We can, as I say, it's so diverse. There's so many different consciousnesses on different levels. And some things might be so different from you, you cannot connect to it. Then don't spend your energy trying. Again, waste of energy. This world has created tons of different ecosystems where different consciousnesses with different needs can come together and connect to one another. Find your correct ecosystem in which you can function without distorting yourself, and live in the living energy of the living God, and get out of the artificial construct of the dead, the dying, the insane, because that's what it will lead to for them. You can see it in this world. The full-on insane are ruling the roost. You know? Unless we say no and we return to prime reality, where we will receive life through the connections with other living things. And that is real. Anyway, here, I leave it at that for today. And I talk to you again soon. Bye.